Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson, and guess who's here with me again today?
Taryn Soa.
Hey, you. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
You did good. I feel like I need an epic announcement too. Like you come in, you're like, hey, this is Roxtalks. Yeah, you got a vibe. And I'm like, hey, Taryn.
You know, that's funny you say that because I think with every, when I talk to my clients, I'm like, come up with your, I don't like to call it an elevator pitch, but that thing like I'm so-and-so, the blah, 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 blah. And so, but it doesn't come naturally. You have to work on it. So no one's expecting you on the second episode to have your thing is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Maybe
you
try a different one
for you guys. We'll test it out and we'll, have some votes going and we'll see.
I like this idea. Yes. Today's episode is all about SMART goals because, 2022 is a knocking on the door and goals and resolutions and all those things come to pass. And SMART goals is something that we hear a lot in life and especially as a network marketer. Today, we're going to talk about why they're stupid.
They're stupid.
They are stupid. Do you know that I told Megan Summerall, my biz bestie, that I'm like, guess what the topic of my podcast is? She goes, oh, I love it.
Ooh, oh my gosh. I'm curious to hear her thoughts about SMART goals.
And you know what? I didn't ask her because I didn't want it to color anything because I'll be like, you're so smart. You're right. But we do need to find out why she hates SMART goals.
Yes.
We'll fall back on that. So we'll be right back with why SMART goals are stupid. We'll be right back. Taryn.
Yes,
right before this, I actually went to go look and I forgot to do the numbers. But did you see that we have this bet? Not this bet. It shouldn't be called a bet. It's more of a goal of how many people we'd love to be in the workshop.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And did you see? We've surpassed the number you thought we'd have. Yes,
we have. Did you see I updated in our Slack? I updated how many people we have in it, how many people are grabbing their workbook. Yeah.
You see, you're ahead of me. You're like in the future and I'm 3 hours behind you. So what's the number? I don't even know.
It is 117.
Shut the door. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so
I know.
excited.
We still have how many days before it? We still have 4 days.
4 days.
So I'm so excited for all the women that are going to come in. And that workbook, I'm just saying, it is a beauty.
Chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Chef's kiss. Did you see the final one? Did you look at oh my gosh.
It's so good. It's so juicy. I am actually going to, I almost said Home Depot. We know my love for Home Depot. Staples today, and I'm going to print it out.
Funny you should say that. I think it's Jessica Brown commented that she went to Home. I almost said Home Depot now too. Office Max or wherever Staples. She printed it out and she said she splurged for the heavy paper and then she got it bound. I'm like, I need a picture. Like she got it grommeted or something like that. I'm like, please send a picture. And then shout out to Laura Johansson who also Jessica's with Rodian and Field. Laura's with Scout and Cellar. I don't mind plugging network marketing companies obviously. And she showed a picture of her. She printed hers out. She's like, I love the fact that I have my Costco printer and my HP ink or my Costco paper. And so hers is printed out. I'm like, it's the first one I've seen printed. It was really exciting.
Yes. And I know you're very fancy and can just look at it on your Remarkable, but not all of us are on that level yet.
Oh, ouch. I know it is on here. You know how great that was? I was getting my car literally, a smog test, not a fog test, a smog test,
yeah.
And all the things. And I was sitting there just editing the workbook at the gas station / car place. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could do that with it too. I literally just thought it was like a piece of paper, but a digital piece of paper.
See, I can understand why you'd say that, but no, you can download. So I just took it from Canva and I put it in my Google Drive and then poof, it was there. I was able to write all over it and whatnot. I feel like this is a Remarkable commercial. You're welcome, Remarkable.
Yes. Are they our sponsors for 2022?
Let's make that epically happen, shall we?
We shall.
We shall. Just make it so. I love that. Alas, it is not too late to get, right now the workshop is over by the time you're listening to this. However, there's still an opportunity to watch the replay. I would dive into watching that replay so you can get all you need. You can still get the workbook, and you can get the toolkit, which is all the things you need, desire, and didn't even know you wanted to get you rolling for 2022. You're going to get all the steps and the support to building your business and create the social media funnels we talk about on the podcast, and time saving. And of course, the business tracker bundles in there as well too. So a bunch of good greatness in there.
Yes, we're putting it all in. Like, no, we're not holding anything back this time. It's all in there. Whatever you need, it's there.
It's there for sure. And I think I'm saying this on the podcast to hold me accountable. Something I wanted to mention to you too. By the way, go to socialstoriesmembership.com/toolkit. Yes. But the business tracker bundle, we are supposed to be debuting 2 new companies this month.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, hey, it is, let me remember, Arbonne and Beauty Counter. So hopefully by the time you're listening to this, both of those are out. And perhaps some others too. Hopefully, my goal is to have them out by the workshop. We'll see that happen.
You know, Roxanne, do you sleep? This is my question for you.
There's a great song by Lisa Loeb, Do You Sleep? Anyhow, it's a good song. I love her. I do sleep. Yes, I sleep. But I'm like,
you're 60 minutes a night. That's all you need.
That's all I need. I just didn't know that. I'm just kidding. That's not true. And to all my my Zen self-care people, we know I need more than that for sure. Anyhow, grab it. Let's get into SMART goals, shall we?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about how much we hate them.
Yeah. So I guess we should start by defining the dang SMART goals. Mm-hmm. SMART goals it's an acronym, just in case you didn't know. And the S is for super, and the U is for unique. You're too young, Taryn, to know the song Supersonic. No. The P is for perfection, and you know we can't beat. The E is for exotic, and the R is for rap. So tell someone they stay the hell back. Supersonic. You can look that up. But the SMART goals, S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant, and T is time-based. Now, I got to tell you, when I went back and looked at what they stand for, they don't sound that stupid, but that sounds pretty smart.
It is. It sounds very smart.
Right? But I'm not a fan of them.
No, me neither.
It sounds genius.
Why?
Right?
I want to hear why you don't like them.
I want to hear you first. You go.
Okay. So in my experience, I feel like starting my business or starting anything, it's always like, start with a SMART goal. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, and I learned this back in school. Like, what's your goal? Set your goals, write them down. And I do strongly believe in goals, but starting with SMART goals, I think can set you up for disappointment. And if you are just starting in your business and setting goals, or even if you've been in your business and you're starting to set goals, starting with a SMART goal can just be, I don't want to say a far reach, but it's a little bit of a reach the first time you do it. And that can then make you feel bad. You're like, I didn't reach my SMART goal, even though I put a time on it. It's very measurable. It's so specific, and I came nowhere near it.
Yeah. And then you feel like a failure. I'm with you. And I think here's the thing. I believe we can achieve anything we want to. I really, really believe we can. So there's that. So let me just we're in that paradigm. That being said, it is very hard to reach that amazing, hairy, scary, audacious goal if you don't have anything between that and the goal and where you are.
Yes.
And SMART goals for some reason. And I've been in network marketing, trainings where they'll get up and go, okay, everyone get up and tell us your goal. And then they're like, okay, you didn't put a time frame on it and it's not big enough. And it's like, wait, how do you know it's not big enough? Do you know what's going on in my life to know that my goal is not big enough? My goal might be huge, humongo. And then they kind of judge the goal. And then you feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to make a bigger goal. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to make $100,000 in my network marketing business in 6 months. Especially when you start, because we have a tendency to only talk about these huge, this person has 5 charities in India, and this person retired her husband in 4 months. And so we think that has to be like our goal.
Yeah.
And so we then go, oh my gosh, I've got to do this. And we've got to have a time frame on it. So, okay, I've got to do it in like 6 months or a year or 2 years. And then we get deflated when we don't feel like we're getting anywhere near it, just like you said. And we miss, well, okay. So I'm saying I agree with you. I'm right there with you. And the thing is, like I said, specific, yes, you should have a specific goal. I agree with that. Measurable, yes, I totally think you should measure and have metrics for measuring it. But here's the problem with that. When we say measurable, most people think, okay, measurable is I'm going to have a volume of 2,500. That is not yes, that's measurable. But what we miss in that is the plan. I think that's what we cover a lot in the workshop, right? Is it's not so much about the end measure. What about all the measuring sticks? Like, you know, a child, do you do this with your babies? Like this, their height?
I do.
Wall? Aha. Yep. Yes. Right. You don't just wait till they're 5 feet to then go, okay, now you've gotten there. You like show the progression.
Yes.
Why don't we do that? That makes so much more sense. That's measurable. You got to measure what you're actually doing. There's so many times when I have clients who are like, I did horribly last month. I'm like, really? Why? I had this event and there weren't tons of people at it. And I'm like, so nothing happened from it. Oh, wait, I did get 2 new customers. Oh, and this one person does want to talk to me about doing business. I'm like, that's amazing.
There's your win. Yeah.
I have to quote Miley Cyrus here.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about how fast I get there. It's not about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
Yes.
Listen,
that's a perfect way to say it.
Right? She may not have written it, but she's saying it. Like, I don't know if she wrote it, but she's saying, and I just think that makes so much sense. I've become this believer, and believe me, I was I'm going to get this goal by this time type of person. And I'm sure I annoyed the heck out of people. And when we do that, especially in network marketing, I think we become, okay, against all odds. You coming back to me? I'm in the music moment right now, but you don't know that song either, do you?
I feel like I'm just going to need a crash course on all the songs. Like, just give me your playlist.
I'm going to Against All Odds, Phil Collins or Mariah Carey's. Go look, that song is like epic, which is my 22.
I probably know it. Once I hear it, I'll go, oh yes, got it.
I'm not going to do it for you right now, but it's so good. But when we get desperate, and I think I've decided that when network marketers, 99%, this is not a popular opinion. I should probably, I'm just saying, I believe 99% of network marketers, when they're doing the spammy, Tammy, Milton, Marcy crap, it's because they're desperate.
Yes.
And the desperation is, oh my gosh, I have a bill to pay. Or the desperation is, oh my gosh, I've got to get this title, or I've got to get this car, or I said I was going to hit this goal. And we start being someone else and we stop being ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And people can feel that. Like, people, when you come from a needy energy of, I need this, I need to reach this goal, it doesn't flow as easy. And people sense that. And I told you a notification would go off. I swear I turned
Apple. Apple's always there for us. What can we say?
But I feel like SMART goals, and I totally got this from some of my friends that I just recently got together with, they don't leave room for magic. Because you put down specifically what you want, measurable, like everything, you wrote it down to the T. And if you do not get that, you are unhappy with whatever else maybe came through for you. So like you said, they go to an event and they got 2 customers and a potential new team member, but that wasn't enough because that's not their SMART goal.
That was magic. What you just said there. That's that's the quote that's so true. It reminds me of, James Wedmore, one of my coaches.
Yes.
When he talks about and coaches on launching and he's like, listen, and he has us make goals, but he also says, accept that the goal that you make. So let's say the goal is I'm going to make $1,000 next month, for example. Mm-hmm. So yes, put a plan in place on how you're going to get there, but then also leave room for the fact that it could come, that $1,000 you want to make may not come directly from your business. It might come because you won the lottery. But we
Right.
have to, like, once you set that goal or that intention of where you want to be and what you want to do, understand, yes, a plan keeps you on a journey, but then magic or miracles is what I would say. Like, you got to give room for miracles. One of my pastors used to say miracles happen in miracle territory. So whenever it gets, I'm like, okay, it's miracle territory, and I'm like, okay, it's miracle territory. It's going to happen. And I believe that so much. I love that you said that, because if we're control freaking it all and we're smarting it up, then we don't give room for those unexplainable things that just happen.
And you might not see a new avenue in your business where you can go in a different direction because you're so set on that goal. So, question for you then, if we think SMART goals are stupid, what do we recommend instead?
Dang it, Taryn, that's a good question.
I didn't want you to spin it on me, so I'm putting it to you.
Wait a second here. I've been trying to think about this because I was even thinking about, oh, maybe I'll make an acronym. It's going to be so great. And I didn't come up with one. That's okay. I think and if someone else has named this before, like, I'm not trying to take this from them. My name is not what's her face who steals things from people. What's her name? Rachel Hollis. I'm not Rachel Hollis. I said that.
We got a lot of disclaimers on this episode.
Who is the lawyer for Roxtalks? Because while it should be me, it's not.
You.
Okay, she's a celebrity. We can say whatever we want about her. It's legal. And it's true. So I think journey goals. I think that, well, because I want to remember that it's the journey. I want to remember that it's the process. I want us to remember that it's the steps that we take. Oh, Taryn, I'm probably going to do a podcast on this next week because you're ditching me. So I'll do it. But I think that we get I've been hearing a lot of, so it's a teaser for next week's podcast. I'm getting a lot of people coming to me saying, gosh, I had to take a pause and now I don't know how to get back. Stella doesn't know how to get her groove back. And I think some of that is because we are so fixated on these SMART goals. And by Jove, it is hard to get started again. Gee, that's my older sister calling me now. Younger one got me before, older one. And
there's some drama circulating maybe?
No, it's just, post like COVID lockdown, we all started talking even more. And now it's like just a regular thing, which is great, right?
That is so cute. Speaking of sisters, just really quick, I know we're totally on a side note. Okay. My sister's staying with me for 10 days.
You got the bed ready. I saw that on your stories and I was like, wait a moment. Is she younger? Yeah. You're the oldest, right?
She's younger. Yeah. She's 8 years younger than me. She actually lives a mile away. But my mom has COVID. She's okay.
Oh,
she's fine. She just has a little bit of a cold, but my sister works. And so I was like, hey, come stay with us. So it's kind of fun. She's with me for 10 days. And I think she's already exhausted because my kids are obsessed with her.
I was going to say, they love her, don't they?
Yes. They keep going
like
in
a
her
little
room.
you-ish. Like, oh my gosh, it's like an adult, but not an adult. Like, ants are so fun.
Ants are so fun. Mm-hmm. But anyways, our journey and the pause.
Yes. I think that's where I'm going. Like, because, okay, so when we pause, then it's really hard to get back into the groove, right? Mm-hmm. And it's because we're thinking about these goals or this journey we thought we were on before of I'm going to hit this big goal. And obviously when we stop, it's not that easy. Mm-hmm. And I just think we've got to remember the journey, because network marketing is a journey and it's going to push and pull you in different ways and really work with your mindset and your personal development. And so if we focus on that being the thing and not, did I get the car? Did I get the title? Did I get the trip? We're going to get all those things if that's what we want, but we're not going to fixate on it didn't happen. Oh no, it happened in 5 years and not in 3. We'll let go.
Right. And then you put that shame on it because you got it later than you thought. There's a little shame. And
exactly.
No, we're celebrating. Everything is a celebration, but leaving space for it to come in when it's meant to come in.
Yes.
Which can feel a little woo-woo and it's hard. You should still have goals. Like we're definitely, both of us are like, yes, goals. We need goals. We need an idea of what we want, state what we want, put it out there. But I think it depends on where you are on your journey. to
You
your
like
journey
it. You're
goals.
liking it, aren't you? You're liking it.
I do like it. I like it. And I think like, depending on where you are, where you need to focus. So sometimes in your business, you need to really focus on those big end goals. And sometimes in your business, you just need to focus on those little action steps that are going to get you to the big goal.
Oh, I think we need to talk about that in a full podcast, because I think I'm with you. And one of the things that I find when I'm coaching people is they're like, this is my goal. I want to do it like step by step by step. But then they got that upline talking about like, reach out to 200 people. And they're like, oh my gosh, I should be doing that. They're going faster. The tortoise and the hare. We need to do podcasts on the tortoise and the hare. Okay. Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
Because I even find like when for Roxtalks, when we have a focus that's not like a big launch, when the focus might be something like just getting out the word out there, visibility, I have to remember that that is what I'm focused on for the quarter, as opposed to, did we bring in 80 bajillion new people?
And that's hard because obviously the other one is more fun, bringing in a bajillion people, whereas visibility, like that goal might be boring. So in terms of network marketing, maybe it's just being consistent on social media for a whole month. That does not mean new customers. It does not mean new team members. It might, and it definitely eventually will lead to that. But just focusing on that action step of being consistent.
Yeah. Regardless of how people try and pull you one way or the other.
Yes.
That's hard because you have to remind yourself on a regular basis. Remember your goal was X. Remember that was your goal. This is going to work out for you. You just have to like focus on it. Love it. Okay. Did we hit it? I think we hit it out of the park.
I think we hit it. Don't do your SMART goals.
They're stupid. Think about a journey goal. Yes, it's fine. I almost think the time frame is part of the issue. Right. But
yeah, maybe we just want a S.M.A.R.T goal.
A S.M.A.R.T goal.
Cut the tea.
Cut the tea. It's like, cut the crap. Cut the tea. Just give me a S.M.A.R.T goal. And as long as you're being consistent, it's going to happen. It's going to come together.
It's going to happen. It's meant to be. If you want it, that means it's meant to happen.
I believe that. I don't believe that ideas and intentions would be put in my head, right? I wouldn't be dreaming something that's out of focus. One other thing I'm going to say, because I know we're wrapping up, but I want to say this because Olympics, I'm obsessed, just in case you didn't know that. And
analogy.
Right. And here's what I was thinking. Like, if your goal is to be a gold medalist at the Olympics, there are only so many gold medals. I haven't looked it up there are only so many golds given in Olympics. And sure, people can tie, but there's still not that many. If someone who gets to the Olympics, if that's their goal, then going to the Olympics is like a big bust. Like, and you think about, you're like, what are you talking about? They went to the Olympics. That's amazing. Nope, they didn't get gold. Doesn't count. Sorry. Loser. And even though I'm totally competitive, I don't care who you are. You went to the Olympics. It could have been for some random little island I've never heard of. You rock the Casbah. You were at the Olympics. And so, and the journey of that and the process and the triumph and the defeat and whatever. So we have to not think that there's only a gold medal or a bronze or a silver. It is the journey. Being a freaking Olympian is like everything. I'm still trying to figure out how I can get there. Alas.
And what's smart? How are you going to go?
I don't know. Curling, maybe. I just don't feel like you have to have that much experience. I think I could do that in my older age. Archery, but I'm really something. I don't know.
Well, you've got a whole week off. You know, we're off. We're technically off right now. So
we are off. Yes, this is.
So maybe you are practicing some archery.
I'll let you know.
Check out our Instagram to find out.
You'll be looking long. All right. We got to roll. So behind the scenes, what's going on with you over the holiday or right now, or how's it going?
Some Christmas parties are canceled because of the whole COVID thing. Oh, yeah. So we're kind of all, I feel like I don't have my eyes set on Christmas until next week. Okay. And then I'll be like, Christmas. How about you? Right.
Set yourself a deadline. I'm getting excited for Christmas. I need one more Christmas gift I still need to buy. I mean, I'm always excited for Christmas, but I'm like getting excited to see my family and do. But this week is all
Yeah.
like, I'm excited about the workshop. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that my eyes are like, workshop.
Mm-hmm.
I got to calm down. And people are like, she was way intense. Yep, I was.
It's what happens when you don't sleep. It's just intense.
I thought I slept 60 minutes, whatever. And I started training. I went to back to my personal trainer yesterday.
I saw that on your schedule. I was like, is she going to a personal trainer this morning?
Yes. It's been 2 years since I've gone to her. And
are you sore?
Yes, but it hurts so good. Like it feels good. Like I'm like, oh, I have a muscle there. Yeah. Like, ooh, yeah. So I'm excited.
I am also sore, but a way different reason. Because I got a tattoo.
Oh, we need to talk about that tattoo.
I know I know it looks gross if you're watching, like there's goop on it right now. It's very swollen. And it hurts bad.
Well, yes, it does. It's huge. Like people get tattoos like names on their wrists. You get a tattoo that is like a sleeve. I'm like, you never, I looked at that. I'm like, we never discussed this. What's going on?
Well, I actually forgot about the appointment. I like completely forgot I booked it. Because I had it in the summer, kids got sick, so I had to cancel, and I booked it for December, completely forgot, didn't put it on my calendar. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what do I have? And so I had a little one, and it was like an infinity sign, and I wasn't feeling it. So I just went big. And when I went to the appointment, she kept like sizing it, and she's like, I think we do your full arm. And I was like, you know what? Yes, that's what a MILF would do. And I am currently in my MILF transformation. So I did it.
Okay. Well, cheers to you. We need to put a picture on the podcast page so people can see what this looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to let it heal a little bit and I will drop a pic.
Awesome. We need to go. It's time to go.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, we got to go. We got to go meet someone else.
Yes.
Toodaloo, everybody.
You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the Roxtalks community. It's a new year. We'll see you in the new year. Hope you're enjoying yourself. And remember, enjoy the journey because you're not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And we'll see you next year for another season of Roxtalks. Bye.
For an epic season of Roxtalks. All right, we can go now.
Bye.